afternoon. Shall we just do the normal team news? We know there's no Romero for the Fulham game. Where's Dragusin? Is he ready to start? Anyone else in and out that you can tell us about? I know you've still got to train tomorrow.
Nothing changed from the Arsenal PSG game. Of course, the suspension to Kuti. Rad will not be able to start yet. Progressing, training. So that's status.
Anyone else close to coming back?
No.
You talked last night about the progress that your side made, that sort of attacking intent that you wanted to see. How much more do you think you'll know about the true progress of your side on Saturday against a Fulham team that's going to play a totally different way to PSG? You're going to have to go after them a bit.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it. We are facing a completely different game on Saturday. A game where we hopefully will be more on the ball and need to how can you say open Fulham up. I think actually Fulham maybe they don't have the points they maybe want, but I've watched a lot of their games and watch even more now that they performed well. I think they've been quite unlucky with some of the results. So that will be a different challenge, but that we up for. Looking forward to it. I'm happy, very happy I'm pleased that the performance and response we got from the players against PSG. I think we did the aggressivity in the high pressure, the forwardness, the intensity we played with should have earned us a point or points against PSG, but a bit of randomness, two set piece goals we can't concede, and some game management did that we didn't, and that's the bit we need to learn from. We are said it from the beginning when I walked in the club. Every decision I take is to do everything I can to win the next game, but it's for the long run. If you can't build something that lasts, it doesn't matter. Very aware that I need to win tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and the day after tomorrow, and the day after the day, and so on. But that's what it's all about. And I think football is extremely fascinating, and it's so complex that we all try to analyze and understand it. And if we look at Liverpool now, a manager Arne Slot I admire massively. Did fantastic stepping into the first season in the Premier League, won it, incredible in every way, and now they are struggling a bit, and they have a bad spell. I'm convinced he will find a way out of that. Convinced, but I don't think anyone have predicted that before we started the season. That's just sometimes football. But that's the thing we sometimes struggle to understand.
Yeah, do you think that's become more reactionary since when you started? Because you lose that game on Sunday and the narrative is really quite negative towards you. You go and put in a good performance in defeat last night and suddenly that shifts again. Has it become very much more all or nothing? Because you're talking of Slot there who's won a Premier League.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Arne is clearly an unbelievable coach. What he did with Feyenoord, how he stepped into Liverpool, incredible. So he will 1,000% find a way out of that. And I don't know him personally, but he will stay calm, him and his coaching staff, and they find solution, and they will go again. And in football, some managers, some clubs are privileged not to have too many setbacks. Maybe it's just one game. Others have a big spell, or they have whatever, So yes, there will be setbacks, and how you handle them and come back from them is the key. And I agree with you that I think sometimes one game is like, oh, it's disastrous over here, and then you're suddenly here. It's probably a little bit in between that. Maybe not the best coach in the world after we beat City away. Probably not the worst coach in the world after we lost the game. So that's just the way it is. It's how we build something over time.
I know you're always very calm and you don't get sucked into that narrative, but there must be the sense that given what happened on Sunday, and yes, it was better yesterday, but at home on a Saturday night where you haven't won since the Burnley game on the opening game, there's that sense that you have to, as a group, go out and deliver.
Yeah, of course. And I promise you, we will do everything we can to deliver, and we will do everything we can to come flying out, to be positive, intense, energetic, forward. But I'm also pretty sure that Fulham will do everything they can to avoid that. But it's our job to make sure that we perform. And if we perform well, we've got a very good chance to win the game.
Shall we?
Afternoon, Thomas. Just staying on that issue of the home form, I interviewed Brennan Johnson earlier on this week, and he said it's not so much of an issue from the players' point of view of feeling under pressure when they play at home, particularly in the Premier League. But he said perhaps the players overthink things and try and overplay because they really want to win at home. Is that something that you've noticed the players are doing, and how is that something that you can look to address?
No, I think any player, any team need to do what we can to play with confidence and the best performances where you're just playing intuitive. You don't think about it. Just you do what you do, and you before you receive the ball, you know that you need to take a touch forward, or you play forward, or you turn that way, or whatever you do. That's where you perform the best. So I think that's key. I'm fully aware that I said it from the beginning. It hasn't changed. I want our stadium, our home, to be a fortress. And to get there, we need to perform. It need to be the fans and us. It needs to be both together. It need to feel that when we play home, wow, this is, it's impossible to beat us here. And that's what we need to work towards. We are not there yet, but that's what we need to work towards.
In terms of Brennan Johnson, it's just over 6 months since he scored the winning goal in the Europa League final. He did say that, look, not playing every week it is disappointing naturally, he said, but he completely trusts in yourself. And he said the training sessions during the week, because there's so much competition for places, they are really intense. How would you rate how he's developed this season and where he kind of fits into your attacking lineup?
Very aware that Brennan got some very good qualities. One of them is scoring goals. And running in behind and arriving in the box. I think I really like everything about him. Also scored goals this year as well, 4 I think in total. So I'm very aware of them. So it's all about how do we create that team where we perform, how we get the best players in, where do we play them? Is it Mo to the right? Is it Brent to the right? Who plays the 10? Do we play with what kind of type of player do we play in the different position to make it click? And then we also need that little bit of depth because we play every third, fourth day to keep the freshness, the energy. So that's the challenge.
And talking about players who's been scoring goals, Randall Colomuani did that against PSG. Is he fit enough though to start again against Fulham?
Yeah, he would be fit enough to start against Fulham again. I think he performed well. That was obviously his best performance, not only because of the 2 goals and the assist, but the whole performance, the pressing game, the energy, the touches. I like that from him in the game yesterday, and that's the as you say the challenge that we are facing, that we are embracing, is that away to Arsenal, 3 days later away to PSG, 3 days later home to Fulham, 3 days later away to Newcastle. So how can we find that perfect balance of energy, intensity, freshness, the right structure and relationship on the pitch? So that's where that's a nice coaching challenge. Let me put it that way. But anyway, Colo is ready.
Hi Thomas, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
5 months ago when you got the job, I spoke to you, and you said to me the only certainty you can absolutely be certain of is that you will lose games, which you are now doing.
I promised that. I succeeded.
How do you keep calm then? You said that managers need to stay calm during these sort of times. You talk about on a slot. How do you keep calm?
Of course, I think, of course, trust my experience, trust my staff, trust my players, trust the club, the leadership. I think that's key. Trust the processes, the structure. I do. That just keep doing that, keep believing that, keep working. The power of one. So always one more conversation, one more video clip, one more meeting, one more training. Constantly try to improve bits. Know where you want to go, and then try to improve those bits and culture, style of play, everything, every single day. I think that's the key. Then there's days where you perform badly, you feel pain and you're angry. Yesterday it was painful in a different way because we lost, more irritation, but a better feeling because we competed. I saw more the identity of the team, character, the team I wanna build, gave me hope. And then there's still irritation that we conceded 5 goals. We had an unbelievable opportunity to get something away from Paris, and we missed that. So that's irritation. And yeah, just keep going.
You said earlier you appreciated the need to win. Without trying to build up a headline, is Fulham at home must win?
Yeah, but unfortunately, I think the stats is not like that. It's 100% sure that we will win the game. That's the beauty of it. I'm very aware that a top performance and a win will be very, very helpful. But I go into every game believe we can win. I go into every game believe we have prepared well, and we will do a top performance. So what I can affect is that I need to make sure that we are well prepared. I need to make sure that we pick the best possible team with the best possible opportunity to win the game. And I need to make sure we are in the perfect state of mind and we come flying out. And then we need a little bit of margin. And then that should be enough to win the game.
Finally, personal opinion, I think Spurs have the best stadium in the country. It's magnificent, and I know you probably enjoy taking your Brentford team to play there. Is that part of the problem this season with the home form? Is it because you play in such an amazing stadium, people raise their game to play there against you because they want to show what they can do in such surroundings?
Well, I never thought about that. I must admit, I think the key thing for us is just to focus on us. What can we do? How is it we want to attack? How is it we want to defend? How is it we want to perform? Just only focus on that, and then get that cohesion with the fans, and then the rest will take care of itself. Thank you.
Thomas, hello. I just wonder, when are you going to get Kulusevski and Solanke back? Because arguably, they're walking to a lot of teams in the Premier League, and you've done this spell without them. And you talk about being judged after so many games. Is it almost unfair to judge you without these 2 players?
It's part of it. We get judged if we walk into a club like this. Fantastic club, Tottenham Hotspur. There will be expectations every day for every performance. The performance added together, so that's part of the game. So no problem with that. Of course, I would love to have Dominic and Kulusevski ready to play for us, but they are not available right now. Then other players need to step up. I need to find solutions, and that I will do.
Are you any closer to getting them back? I mean, are we talking weeks, or is it potentially January? Or
yeah, I think I can't remember. We have a few of these press conferences, but if one of the last ones that I think it's much easier for me to say now they're ready to be selected, instead of when are they back, when maybe. So I think right now, reality, they're not available.
And just in terms of, I just wondered how the players felt. Obviously, Sunday was really disappointing, and then last night was a lot more promising. But
yeah,
how do they feel about what happened on Sunday and what they've got to do against Fulham on Saturday?
For me, we look forward. We can't dwell too much on the past, because if you do that, that's why I say I have that 24-hour rule, and you're too much sucked into everything. So for me, it's still 24 hours into last night. So for me, it's about taking the positive out of the game with PSG, and there was a lot of positive in that game. Learn from the mistakes we made, and then bring all that to Saturday's game against Fulham. Thank you. Welcome.
George, please.
Hi, Thomas. Obviously, a lot of very good performances last night. Cullen Mwani being one. I think you said yourself last night he's not fully fit yet. How kind of excited are you for when he is fully fit, and what sort of difference can he make? Because it feels like his kind of link-up play and that combination play is something that will be really, really useful going forward.
Yeah, definitely. I think it was exciting. I think you can just see the three. I suppose the link-up play, there was the pressure, that was everything last night. I think the exciting thing was around the first goal, the way the header, the vision he had to head it back towards goal to Richie. His goal, how quick he reacted and saw it, and his finishing there. And then the third one where he's got through, showed that little bit of pace. Got the ball with him, then just clinical in the finish. So now it's about doing that consistency every game. So that's the next step, but it was promising moves.
And Archie and Lucas were obviously brilliant. They've played a lot of games this season, but they've only started once together in midfield in the Premier League. Would you have any hesitation them two starting together in the Premier League, or they're not quite ready yet, or do you think they are ready?
I think if you perform like you did against the European champions away from home, I think you're ready to start in the Premier League.
So it's a no hesitation to play them against Fulham?
Absolutely no.
Yeah. And I guess finally from me, you conceded 5 goals last night, but you go over to the away fans and they're all there, they're all applauding you behind the team, which is obviously a contrast to Sunday. How much have you kind of learned this week, I guess, about the expectation of the Tottenham fans and how much they'll kind of give you in terms of leeway if you have that bravery and that attacking intent?
That I don't know. I massively respect all the fans. They're hugely important for us, home and away. I'm fully acknowledge and appreciate and very happy that how many that travel to Paris and how they back the team throughout the game, and means everything to me personally. And then it's just up to us to keep performing, keep being brave, keep doing all the right things going forward, and constantly add layers.
Finish with Jack, please.
Hi, Thomas. The team looked set up in a slightly different way last night. Was that a very specific plan for PSG, or is that something we could see more often here?
I think that was what I would say. Let's say the general identity of the team. I liked a lot of the intensity and aggressivity in the pressure. I like the forwardness and the running forward, playing forward. I think we played 4 midfielders across the midfield 4. That could be for some games. It could also be different for some games. I think it's fair to say it's one game away to Paris and it's a different game home to Fulham.
Could you play like that more at home?
Everything is possible. But I think it depends on the opponent. It depends on the type of game. I think we need different types. I said that before. Being pragmatic is not have the same principles in all the phases, but maybe choose different types for different games.
What do you think of the theory that the reason that the home form is been struggling this season is because the team is not so good when they have to be proactive with the ball and take the initiative?
I think that is completely 2 different things. Of course, it's different to to press and have more open spaces to run into, and then to open an opponent where there's 11 players behind the ball. There's two different scenarios. Then they demand not two different kind of skill set, but some abilities do one, some abilities do something else. And I think the most difficult thing in the world in football is to break down an opponent that are low, and that is difficult. And there we have a lot to develop and improve, and then on that journey, we need to find solutions that can create enough chances and win us enough games.
Okay, we'll end the broadcast section there.